Prince Louis hasn't had a dull moment since he was born in August 2018. He comes from a long line of royal succession. The 6-year-old prince first won hearts in Britain with his cute behavior on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Years later, he's once again the talk of the nation with a fiery personality that not even his sister can control. Louis is one royal that we can't seem to look away from. So, what has he done to shock the whole world? Let's find out. We first met the charming young prince, Prince Louis, in April 2018. In the years after his birth, he stayed out of the public eye because his parents wanted to ease him into public life very gently. If you ask us, it seemed like they already knew what kinds of mischief little Louis would enjoy. One of the first public glimpses into his life was in 2020, when his mother Catherine said that her son really liked beetroot-smelling flowers in the garden. Mary Berry, who used to be on the Great British Bake Off, was one of Louis's first words. According to Kate in an interview for the BBC special A Berry Royal Christmas, one of Lou's first words was Mary. This is because all of his cooking books were at his height and children are naturally interested in faces, so he would point to Mary Berry and say, "That's Mary Berry." This was different from his older siblings when Louis was younger. When he wasn't in the public eye, there wasn't as much to talk about him. In fact, many people thought he hadn't gotten as much attention as his older siblings, but that was about to change. As soon as Louis made his first public appearance, he became one of the most loved members of the royal family. Today, you could say that Britain and the rest of the world are head over heels for Prince Louis, whom many describe as Prince William's cheeky and lovable youngest child. Many people are amazed and impressed by this 6-year-old boy. It might have something to do with his silly antics, like his unique bond with his older sister. Prince Louis has had his share of memorable moments with his last child's antics and unusual royal behavior. Given how much the royal family follows rules, some netizens have said that seeing a child act like a child is refreshing for the public, which is why Louis has seemed to have suddenly become so popular. Louis's most famous moment happened on the balcony of Buckingham Palace in 2019 during the Trooping the Colour ceremony. The 1-year-old boy stole the show and became an internet sensation. During the ceremony, Louis, who was only 1 year old at the time, was seen covering his ears and looking adorable because of the noise of the flyby. His reactions were priceless, and of course the internet couldn't get enough of his cute expressions. Soon enough, videos and pictures of him. Photos of the moment quickly went viral because it was both relatable and cute. 4 years later, Louis again won hearts with his cute antics on the Buckingham Palace balcony during King Charles III's coronation ceremony. There, he couldn't help but make funny faces and wave to the crowd with a bit of sassiness. He then started screaming at the top of his lungs, which made his mom, Kate Middleton, laugh. The video quickly went viral on TikTok, getting over 700,000 views and 32,000 likes. The narrator joked that even Charlotte can't fully control her younger brother. Emily Andrews, a former royal correspondent, agreed, calling Prince Louis a cheeky chappy who just lights up any royal occasion. Emily also said that his facial expressions have become memes on social media, making him a huge hit on the internet. Another memorable moment of Prince Louis's is from Queen Elizabeth II's. During the Platinum Jubilee in June 2022, Louis was photographed on the Buckingham Palace balcony with his hands over his ears while he screamed in response to the loud roar of RAF planes above. The picture became famous because it showed his unfiltered personality. Later on June 5th, during the Platinum pageant, Louis was caught hilariously stifling his mother's speech by putting his hand over her mouth while she tried to talk to him. His loud behavior eventually led King Charles III to step in and calm him down. Take over babysitting duties. Royal biographer Ingrid Seward smiled and remembered the moment, saying, "Everyone remembers the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. He looked like a real handful, so Kate sent him to sit on Grandpa knee." UK political commentator Aisha Hazara found it cute and said it showed that they are clearly very close. After the celebrations, Prince William and Kate wrote about the happy weekend on their official social media account, writing about what a great weekend of celebrations it was to see people from all over the country get together with family, friends, and loved ones. It was especially special for Louis, but Prince Louis has a special bond with more than just his grandfather and mother. He also has a bond with his siblings, especially Princess Charlotte, who often acts as a bossy but caring big sister. Emily said that sisters are often bossy and Charlotte is no exception. Charlotte's fiery personality is compared to that of a young princess. Charlotte has a great personality. She's brave, independent, and doesn't put up with nonsense. She reminds me so much of an as a child. As the youngest of the Cambridge children, Prince Louis has made a name for himself as the royal family's cheeky scene stealer. He's won over the public with his charm, humor, and honest moments. Let's look at some more of these moments Prince Louis has canned. In 2023, when he was 5, Prince Louis stole the show at Kate Middleton's annual Christmas Carol service at Westminster Abbey. It was his first time at the event, and he walked into the historic venue with his older siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, by his side, unfazed by the crowd of 1,500 people. He joined in the holiday celebrations, even holding a lit candle during the service. It's so sweet to see the three of them together, especially Charlotte being so protective of her little brother Sophie. Merman, founder of the British children's clothing brand Trotters, said that Louis, dressed in a sharp pea coat and Chelsea boots from the brand, looked so grown up. She also said that Charlotte and Louis have always been close. For Charlotte's third birthday, a touching photo of her holding baby Louis and gently kissing his head while he slept was released. At Louis's christening in 2018, the young princess looked lovingly at her baby brother while holding his hand while others smiled for the camera. Now that he's a bit older, Louis seems to be. To look up to his sister. Prince William once said that their mornings are full of music and dancing, with Charlotte twirling in her ballet dresses, while Louis tries to keep up and goes completely crazy, and LS just follows her around. The proud dad said that Charlotte's caring side also shows up on royal outings, where she makes sure Louis is on his best behavior and following royal protocol. But Louis, being the cheeky person he is, keeps things lively. As the family left the service, he couldn't resist a Charlotte, ever composed, leaned over to blow out her candle and smiled sweetly at her mischievous brother. This adorable sibling dynamic captures the warmth and charm of the young royals, giving us a look into their lives outside of the spotlight. It also shows how the Prince and Princess of Wales are choosing to raise their kids with love, care, and unity, similar to how the Wales raise their kids. In December 2018, Kate shared a cute story about her youngest child while she was visiting Rafaqti in Cyprus. At just a few months shy of his first birthday, Prince Louis was already perfecting his princely wave, which goes well with his endearing smile. This charming expression first appeared in a set of family portraits released that same year, in which Louis looked every bit the adorable, well-behaved toddler, thanks in large part to the fun antics of his nanny Maria Ballo. According to a source, he is the cutest little boy you will ever meet, which is good because royal fans have been dying to see him perform. Years ago, Kate made an unspoken deal with the media. The public would get official glimpses of her children at important events like birthdays, holidays, and public appearances like Trooping the Colour. In exchange, the press would not publish unauthorized photos of the young royals. This arrangement helps the couple keep a delicate balance between giving the public cute royal snapshots and giving their children a sense of normalcy. One royal insider said that William and Kate, they really want to raise their kids in a normal environment as possible, and they haven't lost sight of that. Their unique approach has been met with skepticism at times, especially from people who are used to having unrestricted access to the royal family, but it seems to be working for them. Before Princess Charlotte was born in 2015, some people questioned the couple's decision to keep Prince George out of the public eye. Victoria Arbiter, a royal commentator, spoke out about her worries about the long-term effects in Anne. She said in an interview that it is smart to keep George out of the spotlight for as long as possible, but it is also dangerous because as soon as the British public loses interest, things start to go downhill. If they are no longer important and people aren't interested, then what's the point? But William and Kate had a bigger plan. They knew that the public would always be interested in their family, but they were determined to keep their kids out of the spotlight. Royals in the past have had to deal with constant attention, and this protective approach has been especially clear with Louis. Unlike his siblings George and Charlotte, Louis didn't have to go to public events like the annual Christmas services at Sandringham or major royal weddings in his early years. For example, he didn't go to the weddings of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle or Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank in 2018. Part of the reason for this was so he wouldn't draw too much attention to himself at those events. Louis, the third child in his family, doesn't have to go through long ceremonies as a child. He also has some freedom that his older siblings might not have. He will always be a member of the royal family and take part in important events, but his role is more like that of Princess Anne, the Queen's only daughter. Princess Anne is an active working royal, but her personal life isn't as closely watched as some of her relatives. In the same way, Louis may one day choose a life outside the royal family. Spotlight, following in the footsteps of his cousins Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, who have built careers outside of their royal duties. For now, though, Louis is fully immersed in the joys of early childhood. A few years ago, Kate shared a glimpse of life with her active family, showing how full their days can be. The kids have so much energy that I don't know how honestly she described a typical day of setting up and taking down a tent, cooking, baking, and fitting, and a lot of other things. In line, Louis has more freedom to choose his own path. I think they will encourage him to explore life outside of the royal family. Jenny said it could be the military, working in charity, or anything else he finds interesting after he finishes school. Jenny went on to say that the family would likely encourage Louis to pursue a life of meaning and service regardless of his royal position. She said they would try to make sure he feels like he is living a life of value regardless of his place in the family. According to the royals, this will probably involve some kind of service because they want their children to know that understanding other people's feelings is not only kind but also rewarding. While the stars give us a look at Prince Louis's unique personality and possible future, only time will tell what's really in store for the royal firecracker. For now, we can enjoy the mischief and charm he brings to the royal stage, which shows that even in a family steeped in tradition or not, there's always room for a little surprise. Which of Prince Louis's charming moments did you enjoy the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you know when we post a new video.